I'm about to go full weeb in this video.
Oh, shine the flashlight in that car, Man Ray.
With pleasure.
Hey man, that's not cool.
Hey guys, how's it going? It's Trieyx here, back with a Genshin Pack video. As today's video, I kind of talk about a topic that not many people talk about, and that is the fact that we haven't gotten a 5-star Anemo Waifu with crowd control ever. Forget about the crowd control part, you haven't gotten a 5-star Anemo Waifu since Jean, and that was 3 years ago when the game first came out. It wasn't until just recently where they finally released a 5-star Anemo Waifu in Cloud Retainer or Xianyun. So we kinda got that out of the way, but unfortunately for Cloud Retainer, she doesn't have crowd control, and as a waifu collector, I'm in shambles.
Take it easy, it's just a drawing.
Seeing everybody like the Husbando collectors and the meta players all playing with their Kazuhas and Ventis and Xiaos and the Wanderer, and here I am with my only 5-star Anemo character, Jean, as well as my only crowd control characters in Sucrose, Horizon, and Lynette. Like, man, I've been suffering for so long without any good crowd control characters, and crowd control is such a huge mechanic in this game, and I haven't been able to really experience that since I am a waifu collector.
Calm down, son. It's just a drawing.
And don't get me wrong, each of these characters, Sucrose and Horizon and Lynette, they're decent crowd control characters, but they're not on the level of Kazuha and Venti. And Jean, well, she doesn't really have any crowd control. So this is basically what I had to work with for the past 3 years and counting.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
Because if you guys didn't know, Xianyun also doesn't have crowd control. Like, our first 5-star Anemo Waifu after 3 years, and she doesn't even have crowd control. What's crazy is that if you guys been following the leaks, Xianyun or Cloud Retainer did actually have crowd control in the kit, albeit it's not really that great. It's kind of horrible, but at least it's something, right? But unfortunately they took it out, and I'm like, god dang it, I can't even have that. Why did they have to do this to me? Come on, I've been suffering for 3 years. And not only just me, but all the waifu collectors have been suffering for 3 years and counting. Xianyun basically a niche support for Xiao, and I'm like, what? All these years without a 5-star Anemo Waifu, and the first one that comes out, you make her a niche support for a mechanic for one character, or maybe 2 characters, cause I think Diluc is pretty good as well with his plunge attack, but really, like, you gotta do me like this, MiHoYo, like, why? It wouldn't kill them for them to release a 5-star Anemo Waifu with crowd control. If anything, I feel like the sales for that character will go through the roof, probably be like one of the most highest selling characters in the game. So I don't really understand why they don't do that. We all know MiHoYo and any company out there loves money, so like, I don't understand why they don't do that. But I think the reason why they haven't done it yet is because they know that waifu characters will sell, so why make them busted? For example, how many of you guys would pull for Kazuha if he wasn't busted? I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys probably wouldn't have pulled for him, but since he's busted, a lot of people are pulling for him. Whereas Cloud Retainer or Xianyun, MiHoYo knows that we're gonna pull for her regardless of whether or not she's good because of her design, so why make her busted and really good when we're gonna pull for her anyway? It's better for them to release a busted mechanic for a character people are not gonna pull for. That way it kind of forced people to pull for that character that they wouldn't originally pull for. That's the reason why I don't think Xianyun has crowd control, is because of that, and also why there hasn't really been any 5-star Anemo Waifus in 3 years. MiHoYo or HoYoverse, I should probably call him HoYoverse, but yeah, they kind of shot themselves in the foot when creating Anemo characters, because the thing is, if you guys haven't noticed, Anemo characters usually have some sort of really fun, gimmicky mechanic to them to basically make them more unique and more fun to play. Like, for example, Venti has crowd control, Kazuha has crowd control, Wanderer can fly, Xiao has plunge attacks, Sayu has her rolling skill, Xianyun has her jumping ability. So yeah, now people are kind of accustomed to Anemo characters being really crazy and fun. So if they ever release an Anemo character without all those fun gimmicks and whatnot, people would be very disappointed. People are expecting for something crazy every single time an Anemo character comes out. So if they release a 5-star Anemo Waifu, they would have to have some sort of crazy mechanic for them. And like I said before, why give a waifu character busted mechanics if they're gonna sell anyway? Like, why not just save the busted mechanic for like the people who are not going to sell? So if they release a 5-star Anemo Waifu character without any of those crazy mechanics or fun gimmicky stuff, people will be very disappointed, and they don't want to release a character that people won't be pulling for. So yeah, like, there's no point wasting resources for that. That's like another reason to why they haven't released any 5-star Anemo Waifu characters. This is just my crackpot theory. Like, don't take this as the truth or whatever. Take this as a grain of salt. Like, it basically means nothing. I'm basically a random nobody who makes videos on YouTube. So yeah, what do I know, right? Like, for all I know, maybe the reason why they haven't released any 5-star Anemo Waifus is because they haven't really thought of was necessary to do so or something like that. It wasn't like a part of the plan, I don't know. But going back to crowd control, every single 5-star Anemo character, they're really good at crowd control in the base kit, where the 4-star Anemo characters that we waifu collectors have to work with, their crowd control abilities aren't really that great until you get some constellations for them. Like for example, Horizon is really good at C6. Her crowd control right now is kind of it's okay, but I think she gets better in C6. I could be wrong, but definitely let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. But also another thing I have to mention is that Horizon is a decent crowd control character. When you first get her, she can crowd control on the spot, kind of like Sucrose, except Horizon's crowd control is not really that great. It's basically like a better version of Lynette's, I guess. And what's good about Horizon that you can control where you want the crowd control to be. It's definitely not on par on the level of Sucrose's crowd control. But like I said before, I don't really have a C6 Horizon, so I don't really know how good it gets. So I'm kind of basing this off of my C2 or C1 Horizon. But I know that Lynette, she doesn't have crowd control in the original kit. You need to get her to like C2 or something like that in order for her to have crowd control. And even then, her crowd control is not really that great. The only person who kind of is a really good crowd control character without any constellations is Sucrose. And even then, Sucrose's crowd control ability, it's kind of like random. You can sort of choose where you want to crowd control, but at the same time, not really. It's kind of hard to explain. You kind of have to play with her to see what I mean. And also the fact that Sucrose kind of needs C1 in order for her to use her skill twice. That is also kind of something that's locked to her constellation. But it's nothing too crazy compared to Horizon, which you kind of need C6 for her to be really good. But the biggest problem for them doing this is that not everybody can get constellations of these characters. Like for example, my Horizon, it's nowhere near C6. She's only like C1 or something like that, and they haven't really released her in any banners in a long time, so it'd be a while before I can even C6 her. Sucrose on the other hand, like she's a character that's been out for a very long time, ever since the game first came out, so she's at C6 for me, but for newer players, it might take a while for them to get to C6, even though Sucrose doesn't really need to be C6 for her to be really good. Lynette, same thing, you kind of need her to be C2 or something like that, for her to be able to crowd control, and Lynette's kind of a new character, so not everybody has her at C2 or something like that. So even though we got 3 4-star crowd control characters, the only person that's really good in the beginning is Sucrose, so we basically only got 1 really good 4-star crowd control character. This is basically what us waifu collectors had to deal with for the last 3 years and counting. I really thought that Xianyun was gonna be our savior and is gonna finally give us a character with crowd control, and unfortunately she didn't have that, and I'm so sad. I'm so disappointed in Xianyun. Like, she looks great, like her design is absolutely amazing, her animations are incredible, and unfortunately her kit is not really that great, and that really stinks. And I'm the type of person who never really complains about kits. Like, I don't really care about a character's kit. If I like a character, I want to pull for them regardless of the kit. The thing is that with Xianyun, this is like the first time I really had any expectations for a kit, or like hopes for a kit, and unfortunately she did not meet my expectations. The only thing I really wanted from Xianyun was crowd control. That's it, like nothing else. I don't really care about her being busted, doing a lot of damage. I just wanted simple crowd control. Like, it doesn't really have to be better than Kazuha. I just wanted to be on par, or maybe just a little bit worse. And unfortunately her initial crowd control was absolutely horrible, and even then I was kind of okay with it because at least it's something, right? And they got rid of the entire thing. I'm like, oh man. There's also a part of me that kind of thinks that MiHoYo kind of regrets creating Kazuha and making him so busted, because now they're kind of afraid to add another character like Kazuha ever again because of how strong he is and kind of how needed he is. Maybe that's another reason why they haven't released another really good crowd control character, or like another 5-star Anemo Waifu counterpart to him, and to some extent Venti as well. Like, I've been saying Kazuha in this entire video, but Venti's also really busted as well when it comes to crowd control. The only difference is that Venti, you need to use your elemental burst, whereas Kazuha, you need to use elemental skill, and you can use elemental skill way more than you can elemental burst. So yeah, maybe MiHoYo doesn't really want to upset the balance of the game by releasing another busted 5-star Anemo crowd control character. We might never ever see another character like Kazuha or Venti ever again, unless they really need money. Then you might see that again, but for the most part you might not ever see that ever again, and I'm kind of like sad because we might not ever get a decent crowd control character for a 5-star Anemo Waifu, and I'm like so sad. What's crazy is that Kazuha is a character that came out in the 1.0 patches, and to this day he's still needed. Like, he's still one of the best characters in this game, and he's crucial for a lot of lineups and stuff like that. And it's kind of surreal to me that we're still using a character in the 1.0 patches. You would think that in the gacha game that eventually characters get power crept, but Kazuha had not gotten power crept yet. Like, he's still the king when it comes to crowd control. And yeah, like I said before, it's been like at least like 2 years since he came out, and we might not ever get a character like him ever again. Like, it's been 2 years since we got a character like him, and we haven't gotten a character like that since. So Like I said before, we might not ever get a character like Kazuha ever again. I know that some of you guys might be like, I don't want my Kazuha to be replaced by another really good crowd control character. Like, I spend all my res and everything like that building him. I don't want to be replaced just like that. Otherwise, all my time and resources are wasted towards him. The thing is that for those who have Kazuha, your Kazuha will not be replaced, like at all. If they've ever released another really good 5-star crowd control character, the thing is that in Spiral Abyss, you need 2 teams. So if they ever released another really good 5-star crowd control character, you can just put that other character on your other team and Kazuha on another team. So you have 2 really good crowd control characters. There isn't really any downside for them releasing another really good 5-star crowd control character. And going back to what I was saying before, if MiHoYo ever did release a 5-star Anemo Waifu with really good crowd control on par with Kazuha, they will make so much money. Everybody will benefit from that. MiHoYo will make a lot of money. Us waifu collectors get a character with crowd control finally. One that's really good. Everybody else, meta players and whatever, you guys get another crowd control character for your second Spiral Abyss team. Like, everybody wins. I don't understand why they don't do that. And also another thing, like, aren't some of you guys kind of tired of using Kazuha all the time? I don't know, it's a character that came out during like the 1.0 patches. You guys have been using him for like 2 years. Like, don't you guys want to switch it up and use a different character to kind of keep things fresh? And then once you're bored with that character, you go back to Kazuha. Unless you're a Kazuha main or you guys really like Kazuha, then you guys are probably fine with using Kazuha forever. But for those who are not, like, don't you guys want to change things up a bit, you know? Like, it's kind of boring running the same lineup and the same character every single time. Like, I know I'm kind of bored of running the same characters every single time. I love to switch things up from time to time, but then again, that's just me. Everybody's different. All in all, HoYoverse, all I'm asking for in 2024 is for you to give me a really good 5-star Anemo Waifu with crowd control. Decent crowd control. I want it to be on par with Kazuha's crowd control, or at the very least a step or 2 below it. That's all I'm asking for. Nothing crazy. Please, MiHoYo, please do me a solid, okay? Please. That's all I'm asking for this year. And speaking into existence, this year, MiHoYo will give us a 5-star Anemo Waifu with really good crowd control, or at least decent crowd control. You guys heard it here first, and speaking into existence, MiHoYo is gonna make this happen for us waifu collectors. Bookmark this video when it happens, because I guarantee you it's gonna happen. You guys heard it here first. Guarantee, speaking into existence. The sunset's coming up and everything like that. It's all symbolic. I'm literally sitting on Venti's hand. Venti, please give another waifu character an Anemo vision. Please. I'm begging you. Please, don't be so stingy, Venti, okay? I'm literally on my knees or on my chair begging for you to do this, so please make it happen. Someone, please. That's all I want. Like, if they release no other waifu characters in 2024 but a really good 5-star Anemo Waifu with crowd control, I am happy. I don't need anyone else. And also what's crazy, in 2024, we finally got our first 5-star Geo Waifu. So I think this is the year of miracles. This is our year, okay? And speaking to existence, this is all our year. HoYoverse is out here killing memes this year. They're not having a 5-star Anemo Waifu with crowd control. That meme will die this year too. But anyways, comment about this video. Hope you guys enjoy. Definitely let me know what you guys thought about this topic. And it's also not having a 5-star Anemo Waifu character until 3 years later. And the fact that we haven't gotten a 5-star Anemo Waifu with crowd control. And also the fact that you might not ever get a character as good as Kazuha or Venti when it comes to crowd control. Let me know what you think about everything I said in this video. Whether or not you guys agree or disagree with me. This entire video kind of speaking from my heart. Like, I'm very passionate about this topic that I've been suffering for 3 years. I've been holding and bottling this up for 3 years. And I was supposed to make this video earlier before Xianyun released. Unfortunately, I'm kind of lazy and I kind of withhold the video until now. But if there's anything I forgot to say in this video, I'll leave a comment down below saying what I want to say. I don't remember everything I want to say in this video. Everything I said in this video is kind of off the top of my head. But anyways, if you got more Genshin Impact videos, definitely hit the like and subscribe button. I plan to do more of them. And if you're not interested in my Genshin Impact videos, I upload Genshin Impact videos every single Saturday. That's every time to check my channel if you're interested. But anyways, comment about this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys later. Ah, this feels nice.